Are you ready to discover the next boom destination in the Dominican Republic? From its vibrant culture to stunning landscape to rapid growth, this destination is becoming a hotspot for investors and travelers alike. Oftentimes referred to as the heart of the Dominican Republic, this place has rich history, unique people, music, and a charm like no other. Let's go explore and check out some of the new projects that are going to transform the landscape of Santiago forever. All right, we just arrived at the heart of Project 2025, and this was an ambitious plan designed by the government to help improve the infrastructure such as monorails, cable cars, giving access to hundreds of thousands of people that didn't have access to schools, jobs. We're gonna hop in the cable car. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, the different stops, talk about the other projects that are transforming Santiago from a quiet town to a hustling and bustling city. One of the first questions that many people ask is it safe? And as you can tell right now, I'm by myself, walking indoors with a camera, gimbal, microphone in hand. We're gonna hop inside. So in order for you to get on, you do have to purchase a ticket. The fare is, ¿cuánto es?
35 pesos.
It's 35 pesos, and you get this ticket. All right, this ticket will be able to then go upstairs, you'll be able to scan it, and be able to get, gracias. Gracias. There are 4 stations. We're gonna do the entire line. I'm gonna bring you along so that you're able to see what it's like. So we just purchased a ticket. It's 35 pesos to get in. Kids under a certain height will be allowed in for free. Now, right off the bat, this place is clean, it's modern, secure. It makes me proud to be able to showcase these advances that we've had here in the Dominican Republic. I want to show you how the system works, the benefits, who's benefiting from it, and the amount of lives that have been impacted in a positive way. We're about to walk in, and I want to show you what's behind me. So behind me is, like I mentioned earlier, this is the central terminal. This is where the connecting points for the monorail and the teleférico are going to meet. And this place, in about a year or so, once the monorail is done, I guarantee you is going to be hustling and bustling, and people are really going to be taking advantage of the public transportation options that have been made available to them that didn't exist otherwise. This is benefiting hundreds and thousands of lives in over 14 communities, just this one line alone that we're about to hop on. And it's bringing more opportunities for people that are in more impoverished areas, those that had to take motoconchos or take 2 to 3 hours to get to work. So before I hop in, I have to make sure that I present my ticket. And this ticket is going to allow me access. All right, so back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm sorry about that. I just got stopped by the security here. They told me to turn off my cameras, that I needed a special permit to record. And I went in there, explained to them what I was doing, what kind of content I was creating. They called their superiors in, I explained to them, and they allowed me to continue to film. So security measures, extremely secure, always making sure that public safety is in good hands. Now, the first thing that Santiago has improved on is this right here, public transportation. And thanks to Project 2025, that costs over 42 billion pesos. Yes, 42 billion pesos. Now, a little about the cable cars. The teleférico has 2 lines, one going from the central station where we just came from to La Yagüita, and the other going from La UAS, which is the university, to Yapurdumin. Connections can be made in La Yagüita. Now, these cable cars are going to make a massive impact in these communities because they can transport up to 9,000 passengers per hour, traveling at a speed of up to 25 kilometers. Now, later this year, Santiago is going to hold the honor of being able to say that have the first monorail in the entire Caribbean. The project expanding over 13 kilometers, the monorail will travel from Via Olímpica to Cienfuegos, connecting the city's northwest and southeastern parts, up to 400,000 passengers per hour. We just got off at the last stop here on the monorail. We're gonna hop back on, so I'm showing you. And that took approximately about 10 minutes or so. The last stop was the longest, and we're now gonna hop in and go back to the central station where the monorail and teleférico are going to connect. And we're gonna continue talking about some of the other projects that are going on. Now, one thing that I can't stress enough about this is the amount of security. So if you're someone that's thinking about coming out here and checking this out, or even thinking about using this as a reliable transportation option if you're moving to Santiago, I can tell you hands down 100% that this place is extremely safe. Now, in addition to the cable cars and monorail, another one of the newest expansions in Santiago is the expansion of the airport. Now, Santiago International Airport right now is receiving a massive transformation and expanding, adding additional facilities to accommodate the future growth of the city. The airport plans to expand its terminal by 2025 aiming for completion by 2026. And this project is due to cost around $300 million. And the expansion includes aircraft parking platform, a 200-meter runway extension, and enhanced access and parking facilities. Expect more direct flights. All right, so we're arriving back at the Central Station. We talked about all of the advantages and benefits that the monorail, cable cars, and expansion of Santiago Airport is going to have. Now we're gonna go check out some of the other projects that are here in Santiago that are making it a lot easier for tourists to come visit, things to do, and some of the new restaurants and hotspots that people in Santiago are talking about. Let's go check it out. Now we're back. We just checked out the monorail, the cable cars, and we talked about the transportation infrastructure. But Santiago is currently experiencing a real estate boom driven by economic growth, urbanization, and interest from both locals and foreigners abroad. Santiago is attracting professionals, families, retirees, leading to a greater demand for housing. Many people, whether they were born here in Dominican Republic and left or born abroad to Dominican parents, are deciding to move back to the Dominican Republic and call Santiago home for many reasons. Now, it's no secret, many of you know that Santiago is one of my favorite places in the entire Dominican Republic. Residential high-rise projects going on all throughout, mostly in La Trinitaria area. There, you're gonna find upscale high-rises that didn't exist before when the maximum height that you could build was 4. Fast forward to today, now you have high-rise buildings with luxury amenities such as gyms, pool, covered garages. Now, if you do expect to move to these neighborhoods, don't expect for it to be cheap. Apartments there start at $600,000 plus. Unlike Santo Domingo, Santiago is going to be able to give you that family feel. You have neighborhoods such as Los Amanes, Las Carmelitas, La Quintas de Puentezuela, that are going to be able to give you that master plan community vibe, gated community, security patrolling all throughout the neighborhoods. And as someone that visits those neighborhoods on a regular basis, I can tell you that people in those communities feel extremely safe. So if you're looking to come here and you're thinking about bringing a family to Santiago, know that you are going to have options available. Now, to be clear, these neighborhoods do have a high cost of entry as well. Now, a lot in, for example, Los Amanes can cost you $300,000 up. A lot in Quintas de Puentezuela can cost you $900,000 and up. So the cost of living is definitely increasing due to the boom. However, when it comes down to the quality of life, when you compare it to Santo Domingo, here in Santiago, you're able to get a much more relaxed, calm lifestyle. People are more down to earth. People are more humble because you're surrounded by a lot of campos and people come from those areas, and it's much more welcoming than that of Santo Domingo. So another one of the sectors that's blowing up right now in Santiago is the tourism sector. And let me tell you, 5 years ago, you couldn't find a hotel that you wanted to stay at, so everyone had to rent an Airbnb. Fast forward to 2024, last year, Santiago started seeing some of the changes that the future was going to hold, and the first Marriott, the Residence Buy-In, opened at the homes. This hotel is great for any families, anyone who's looking to come to Santiago and partake in the medical tourism, which is growing at a rapid rate with some of the new hospitals, such as the Hospital of Advanced Medicine. And this is great for anyone who has families because it has a kitchenette area, stovetop, refrigerator, dishwasher, great for anyone who has kids. You have the AC Hotel by Marriott, one of my favorite ones. And then one of the things about the hotels here is that every hotel here is going to have a different vibe based on what your needs and preferences are. So the AC Hotel is more for like a younger crowd, couples. It has a rooftop lounge, restaurant on the roof, as well as cigar lounge, rooftop pool with one of the best views of the entire city and the Monumento. So you have to check it out. Even if you don't stay there, go check out the restaurant, the cigar lounge. It is open to the public. It also has some meeting rooms on the lower level. If you're a guest, you don't have to pay any additional fees, and banquet space if you're looking to do events. And one of my favorite things about that hotel is that parking is free, but that's something that is across the board. And then the newest hotel that just opened up is the Hilton, and the Hilton opened in the highly anticipated Santiago Center. The Hilton vibe is more of an older crowd, not as tongue and chic as the AC by Hilton. I haven't stayed there. I just seen some of the pictures. It's more traditional. So, hey, everyone has different preferences. There's also a cigar lounge there and a restaurant. These hotels are offering things that Santiago didn't have before. Now, Santiago has solidified itself as the cultural heart of the Dominican Republic. Nobody can take that away. One of the things that brings me and draws me to the city is how welcoming to earth people are. I absolutely love the mountains that surround it. Now, one of the biggest improvements and one of the things that some people from Santiago are so excited about is the opening of Santiago Center in 2025. Now, for those of you that don't know, people in Santiago used to have to drive 2 to 3 hours in order to be able to go shopping. Beginning this spring, Santiago Center is due to open. You're gonna have stores there like Zara, H&M, Cartier, Fastenal, Polo, Lacoste, Tommy Hilfiger, Carolina Herrera, Café Santo Domingo, Cali. So there are a lot of new things that are opening up. And the best part is that if you haven't seen my video about the top 3 places to live, I do have Santiago there. Had I known that this was gonna open beforehand, Santiago may have been my top destination, but they're opening up a Screamland in the new mall, which is one of the things that Santiago currently lacks. But it looks like people have been talking about it, their voices have been heard, and in 2025, you're going to have a Screamland inside of the new Santiago Center. You're gonna be able to host birthday parties, you're gonna be able to take the kids there so that they can burn all the energy, and it's something that I think a lot of people here have been waiting for a long time. So another one of the accomplishments in 2024 that Santiago achieved was that it hosted the first World Cup here in the Dominican Republic. One of the newest stadiums here that's FIFA approved is here in Santiago, home to Santiago FC. You also have Las Águilas, that's part of the Dominican Baseball League. It's great seeing fellow NBA players like Karl Anthony Towns donate over $1 million to help build a basketball court here to help kids and inspire kids to pursue their passion for sports and basketball. So Santiago right now is going through a boom like no other before. 10 years ago, if I would have sat here and told you that Santiago would have new hotels, have the first monorail in the entire Caribbean, cable cars, a new shopping center, you'd probably call me crazy. It's exciting to see what the future holds for Santiago. So for anyone who's thinking about not only visiting, but moving to Dominican Republic, I would definitely consider Santiago for a multitude of reasons. It's a great place to raise a family. The infrastructure is advancing. You have an international airport that offers flights to the United States, Central America, South America, and Europe as well. You have public transportation that doesn't even exist in my hometown of Austin, Texas, where I grew up. You have gated neighborhoods, so if you dream of that master plan community here in the Dominican Republic and safety is one of your top concerns, you have that. If you're looking for healthcare, Santiago is a medical hub. So there you have it, the next boom destination in all of Dominican Republic, Santiago de los Caballeros. If you like content like this and you want to learn more about different places in Dominican Republic, some of the secret gems and what makes this place special, make sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.